morning, everyone. Dr. Qureshi, welcome, sir, to this August gathering. ET, Auto, and I do believe there is a lot under the ET umbrella. Dipanshu, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity yet again to basically speak on this very, very pertinent topic. I really didn't understand when Dipanshu called me and he said that, listen, I would want you to speak and give you the opening. I said there are a lot more professionals, deeper engagements in the audience, which I can see, our OEMs, he's a specialist in smart manufacturing. I really didn't know what I can further add, but when you talked about future of smart manufacturing, let me try and attempt to give a few insights, what I feel may be pertinent for this audience. I think let's get the figures right first. Global manufacturing. Global manufacturing contributes 17% to the world economy. When we come and look at Indian manufacturing, it's 13.5%. However, I think the interesting part is that almost a decade ago, the Indian manufacturing contribution to the GDP was 15%. So we've actually declined about 150 bips on a 13.5% today. Now, we as India is growing, is young, dynamic, and an aspirational society. Honorable PM has given us the dream to talk about and be the first stage $5 trillion economy. And in that, the manufacturing share needs to be about 20%. What does that mean for a manufacturing system like us? It means that we have to not only grow, but we have to grow 2.5 times what we've been growing in the last 15 years today. And I think it's a very big goal. However, what do we do in terms of reality checks? Now, recently, and we've been in Delhi, most of us live in Delhi, not far away from this hotel, we actually had an amazing G20. It was on the 8th, 9th and 10th of September. CII was actually the secretariat for the B20. Now, the G20 theme was One Earth, One Family, One Future. But the B20, which was the business stream, its theme was Raise. And I'm just going to give you those key cornerstone words which are very pertinent for today's discussion. Responsible, accelerated, innovative, sustainable, and equitable. We can contextualize in smart manufacturing terms as well. However, I think this became a theme for how do we see future of businesses. I think the bottom line in all these discussions was that as economies grow, as the global south grows, as the developed nations grow, one thing which is impacting all of us is climate change. Not many people are aware, but the G20 was brought in 2 months before in Delhi because of the notorious pollution we all have to face in the month of November. So the climate change impacting us, the only way to actually overcome this is to consume and to produce responsibly in a balanced way. Now, August 2, 2023. I'm not sure if this date resounds to most of you, but this was a day which the whole globe observed as World Overshoot Day. What it means is simply that humanity consumed Earth's resources, what it could regenerate in 8 months, which is on August 2, in the year 2023, what it could actually in 12 months. Now, you may be wondering, why am I actually talking on a smart manufacturing, on responsible, on sustainable measures? But realistically, the world is looking at ways to decrease 100 billion tons of materials that we consume annually, 100 billion tons. And 92% of these materials, like wood, plastics, metals, are actually single-use. So the challenge for the future of manufacturing or smart manufacturing would be, how do we produce responsibly? I think I want to give 2 fundamental examples of what's happening in the world. Manufacturing, to me, I run an auto comp business myself, it actually means only two things. To actually give my customers a product which is free of defects. However, I think we need to also talk about a zero effect. So how do we actually manufacture sustainably, and how do we manufacture more competitively? These are actually the two cornerstones. Now, interestingly, you may have heard about the Neom City project. It's actually a project, a very, very ambitious project done by Saudi Arabia, and they are investing billions of dollars to actually make a very, very innovative, sustainable society. But within the Neom project, there is a city which they're developing called Oxagon. Now, Vishal Vanchu, and this is not the Vanchu in the Three Idiots, which was basically been done, but Vishal Vanchu, a person of Indian origin, is the CEO there. And his fundamental, and I quote from him, his vision statement is, Oxagon is building an advanced and clean industrial ecosystem, accelerating approaches of Industry 4.0 and the principles of circularity. Redefining the traditional industrial city, Oxagon is greenfield opportunity that puts people, innovation, and sustainability at its core. This was about 5 years ago. This was way before. Today we talked about RAISE, we talked about at a B20. This is the fundamental visioning if we really want to do smart manufacturing for the future. I think 94% of the waste from landfills, I think that's a very important goal. 94% of the waste from landfills needs to be returned to the production chain by 2035. That's actually the target. So whatever we are consuming as a waste, we want to actually get it back. And this is going to have implications not on just carbon emissions, but also competitiveness. Now, coming to competitiveness, I think everyone in this audience is aware of Tesla. Dr. Qureshi, I'm not sure when Tesla will come to India, but I'm sure it will soon. However, sir, Tesla is known today to almost everyone as a disruptor, as a company which is promoted by the founder, who is a truly visionary and an innovator. But I think today, the conversations on Teslas on how the product is displaced. We are all in the auto ecosystem. We are talking about EVs, the software, the product. But not many people do realize and understand that what Tesla did in manufacturing is what Toyota could not. They're actually talking and actually redefining manufacturing by making a technology called the gigacast. The gigacast is nothing, but it's actually a technology which uses casting as a single body for doing underbodies, which is an extremely complicated process. The resultant becomes that it allows Tesla's Model Y to actually take the underbody manufacturing and cut the cost by 40%. In the Model 3, we're talking about automation here, Tesla actually removed 600 robots on the lines. And this basically, what Toyota said, is actually reducing the plant investment cost by half. I think this is something which the manufacturers of the OEMs today are making up as a wake-up call. My point here is very simple. You need to be manufacturing not just smartly, but innovating with using all the 7 technologies of the future so that we are actually just transforming it in a competitive way. Now, I'm sure this conclave will talk about the 7 technologies, what basically smart factories use. It's fundamentally AI, machine learning, it is augmented reality, virtual realities, the big data analysis, it's robots, it's additive manufacturing, it's IoT or edge computing, or it's probably the digital twin. If you look at all the 7, the underlying theme is simple. It's all about data. It's all about intelligence. Problems in India, when you come to it, is we are largely a SME-driven backbone industry. Also, more importantly, there's always a debate of how much to automate, what to automate, and where is the labor arbitrage. And I think Dipanshi, you said in your opening address, is skilling is one of the biggest challenges. But let's deep dive on skilling. Skilling is not about today the levels what we are getting from the academia. If you talk about OEMs, we talk about the component guys, we're saying today, to get the right quality of labor, the manpower, onto the shop floor, we have to reskill, we have to retrain. I think that's where we're talking about skilling as skilling upgradation. I think the government has put in enough parameters. They've given the right context. They've talked about Make in India, they've talked about Skill India, they've talked about Digital India. They've given, for the auto ecosystem, the largest PLIs to facilitate investments. But I think as an industry, if you're talking about future, I think incredibly what we need to do as manufacturers is to talk about future of skilling. If you don't talk about future of skilling, there will always be a lag and lead. I think also the challenge in India will also be diversity in manufacturing. Because today, we only talk about diversity in terms of gender. However, we have gender diversity, we have application diversity, we have demographic diversity. In India, we have regional diversity, experience, education, and skills. I think it's not a very, very simple solution, but if we want to manufacture smart way, I think the end game, again, needs to be being more sustainable and competitive. And I think for me, as an acronym of SMART, I think, and I'll just give my thoughts to conclude to this audience, that maybe for SMART could mean, in this context, sustainable manufacturing using and applying advanced and responsible technologies. I wish I had more answers, but I'm eager to learn from this audience as well how the future of smart factories in India would be. Auto ecosystem is thriving. The biggest demand is coming and it's yet to come. I personally and firmly believe that the best is yet to come. And I do want to take this opportunity to actually thank the Government of India as well for facilitating an auto ecosystem by giving us a vision, a big goal to achieve, but more importantly, becoming more facilitators. I think it's up to the industry now how we actually kind of do smart management systems to manufacture responsibly. Thank you very much once again for this opportunity.